earthquakes use a log scale, and when there is a huge difference between measuring something, a log scale lets you show that a lot easier. So you might know from experience with earthquakes and from other school, like if someone says something that is a 7 on the Richter scale, well, a 7 on the Richter scale is 10 times more intense than a 6. Every time you go up by 1 on the Richter scale, it gets 10 times more intense. Sort of like, oh, I just experienced an 8, and someone else is like, I just experienced a 6. They must have been pretty similar. No, a 6 has gone up 2. It's 100 times crazier, more intense than the 6 was. So there's a formula for it with earthquakes, and we need to know how to use the formula, because there's going to be like pH scale also uses a formula, but you have to use it. In Richter scale, there is a shortcut. Because of this idea that every time it goes up by 1, it's 10 times more. So I'll show you the shortcut, and I'll show you how to use the formula as well. Since the shortcut is easier, they say calculate the intensity of the earthquake in Chile in terms of a standard earthquake. So for A, we know the magnitude is 9.5. There's I is the intensity, and S is standard. So we want to solve for I. And anytime you're solving for something in a log equation, you have to get a single logarithm, which this already is, and then you have to change it to exponential form. So right now, what's the base of a log? The base is 10. This is the step that I put like a red star that I say you're going to forget. Using the definition, the base is 10, the exponent is 9.5, equals I over S. And if I wanted to get that I by itself, I could just multiply both sides by S. And that would be the intensity of the earthquake compared to a standard, whatever they consider standard. Right now, we might be in Winnipeg standard. The ground is moving. Can you feel it? No. That's the standard. Sort of like what we experience every day is we don't feel anything. That's the standard. Okay? This would be 10 to the 9.5 times more intense than what we're experiencing right now. A way, way, way bigger number. Okay? Now, in B, this is where the shortcut comes, because often they'll say, compare earthquakes. The Haiti earthquake was a magnitude, and it's in the question right beside it, a 7. So I'm going to put, with this intensity, I'm going to put a little C beside it to say intensity for Chile. We could do the same thing and do intensity for Haiti would equal 10 to the 7.0 times the standard. But if we're comparing two earthquakes, what's the difference between the Chile one and the Haiti one? It's gone up 2.5. So our shortcut, there's a difference of 2.5 on the Richter scale. This means is 10, because every time you go up by 1, it's 10 times more. So if you went up by 2.5, it would be 10 to the 2.5 times more intense. That's a shortcut for earthquakes. It's really quite straightforward. If you didn't use the shortcut, you would compare the intensity of Chile divided by the intensity of Haiti. That would be the way to compare them. And if you looked at we had 10 to the 9.5 times S for one and 10 to the 7.0 times S for the other. See that the S's would just simplify and go to 1. And what's your exponent law for dividing? You have to subtract your exponents, so you would get 10 to the 2.5. A lot better than using the formula to first rearrange just to get that and then to divide. So if we know that an earthquake is 10 times more, then every time you go up by 1, your intensity is 10 times more. So we went up by 2.5, so it's 10 to the exponent of 2.5 times more intensity. Questions for practice on this one? Did I give you questions last time? Oh, I got so carried away. So question 2 was 7 and 12. Question 3, 4, 9, 10, and 11. So you can circle all of those